Next job on Project Audi is changing a bulb, and I'm going to take the headlights out and try and clean them up, refurbish them. I've got some wet and dry paper. I'm going to give them a good wet and dry sand and then polish them and then stick some sealant on them. But believe it or not, this side light bulb is gone, and the only way to change it, from what I could see, is to take the whole unit out, and the only way to do that is to take the front bumper off, which isn't ideal, you agree. I have to take this cover off and then jack the car up, take a couple of bolts out of here, out of the front splash guards, one each side, and there's like a bolt right in the bumper here that goes through, so I need a really long extension wrench. And then front bumper comes off, and then there's 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3 I believe, and the whole unit comes out, and then you can change the bulb. So when Halfords say however much, £5 to change your bulb or whatever, you're probably worth paying the £5 to get this bad boy done. But this is Project Audi, and we're going to try and get things sorted. I've been productive this morning. I've done the stabiliser links, took it down the road, and banging has gone, thankfully. I also had this rear light unit. It's seen better days, but it just totally stopped working. This one was working, although it's got a crack in it. I will replace it. This one is totally gone, and I thought perhaps there's a fuse somewhere. I had a look, checked all the fuses, they're all good. Had a look at the actual unit inside, pulled the plug out, took the bulb carrier out, and found that it wasn't actually plugged in properly. So I just cleaned all the contacts, plugged it back in, fault gone. So that was an easy one, because there's me looking on eBay thinking, oh no, I've got to replace the unit, and they're like £100 plus, and some places don't even stock them. I was thinking I might have to import one from Germany or something like that. Unplugged it, plugged it back in, seems to be okay for now, so we'll see how we get on. Let's start tackling this bad boy.
So with the front of the car jacked up, I start tackling the wheel arch lining. You'll notice there's a hole in this particular lining on the driver's side. Now this should have a plastic cover over it, and because this is missing, loads of debris got inside behind it, obscuring the bolt that's actually securing the bumper, and I couldn't actually find it, so I go quickly round to the other side just to double check, because there is actually a cover on the other side, and obviously because there's a cover there's no debris, and I could find the bolt exactly where it's supposed to be. So having confirmed that, back round to the other side and find it and start undoing it.
One thing I have noticed when coming to remove the bumper, these have snapped. Now this is the intercooler here, I believe. Is that the intercooler? No, that's just the radiator. Oh, the radiator. Where's the intercooler? The intercooler's down there. This is the main radiator at the front, and there should be, by the looks of it, oh hang on, there's a bracket here, and that should be connected to that by the looks of it, and it's snapped, and it's the same the other side as well. So for sure this has had a ding in the front at some point. An earlier video I did point out that there was a lump here, or a dent here, so I think something's hit it, or they've hit something, whoever owned this before, and it's forced that, because this has been loose since I've had it. It's never sat right. I was going to replace it at some point, but this chrome surround is buggered. But then I have also noticed just today that these have snapped, so I'll try and get a part number for these brackets, unless it's, yeah, it's not actually part of the bumper. Let's see, that just moves around. I think this just is like a supporting bracket. I might be able to see more when I take the headlight out. So yeah, I'll look into that one. The bumper is off to a fashion. I haven't pulled it off totally because we have fog light and headlight washer jets still connected, and rather than piss about, because I only really want to get to this bolt here, that one there, and then there's another bolt here just to get the headlights out. Obviously the bumper is obscuring those 2 bolts. That is literally all I need to do, just bring it forward so I can undo those. I think they're 13mm bolts, and there's one here, no hang on, this one here, sorry. Take the headlight out, I can replace that bulb that keeps flashing up a warning, and I'm going to have a go at tidying up this headlight, do a restoration on it. I've got where are we now? So in my polishing box of goodies, I have all these wet and dry sanding discs to go on my drill. I'm going to try and sand the scratches out and then give them a machine polish, and then I've got some sealant to put over the top, some UV protectant. Ideally I would like some smoked PPF film to go over that, because I reckon that'll look sick on a black Audi. I wouldn't mind blacking these out as well somehow. You can buy like uprated versions, they're like 600 quid from Germany or something like that for a full set, so that's further down the line. But for now I want to try and get these headlights, because I mean they might break the beam pattern as well, and again thinking about MOT, they might get an advisory or a fail on them as well. What time is it? It's 10 to 2. I'm going to take the headlight out and then I'm going to stop for a cheeky pot noodle for lunch, and then we shall, what's going on there? Oh no, I think I've cracked my GoPro lens. That's a bugger. And then we'll carry on with refurbishing this headlight. And there we have it, headlight is out. So I also know that one of these lugs is broken off as well, so something else I need to replace. But it's out and I can find, oh hello, what's going on there? That was just hanging out as well. What's going on there? Oh dear. That don't look great. That's the xenon unit. That's just popped out. Anyway, I'll put that back on in a minute. So the issue is one of these little side lights is gone. I think I'll get a pair of pliers on that. There we go. That's the culprit of the constant side light error I keep getting. Luckily I do have a replacement in the shed of dreams in here somewhere. It looks like it is actually going to rain, so typical, I'm halfway through a job, so I'm just going to pack everything away best I can in case it does. I'm going to go have a delightful pot noodle, because that is the stuff of dreams, and then I shall check back after lunch and have a go at refurbishing this headlight. So see you in a minute.
One humongous meal later.
Right, it's tipping it down with rain, and it has been for the past hour or so, but I've soldiered on. I've had the headlight out, and as you can see, it's all back together, and I've had a go at redoing that headlight. You see it's all yellow and scratched and milky. I've sanded this one down, machine polished it and sealed it, and it's looking a lot better. But a moment of truth. Oh, let's just drop. I've actually cleaned inside the wheel well as well. Not perfect, but it's better than it was. Let's just take the jacks out, drop it. Say all the bumper is all back together. It is missing a couple of bolts at the bottom here on the lining, but it's not huge importance. Right, that one down. That one goes in the boot. And let's get this one down. Down we drop. There we go. Soaking wet now as well, so I need to get them all dried out at some point. Put you there. Right then, let's see if we get a fault. I've changed the bulb and no side light. Yes. Oh, that's not good. Oops. So what's going on here? Something's not plugged in. Now I have a headlight out, but the side light is on. That's the main thing. That I think I know what that is, because it's a xenon, and I was trying to figure out how to screw it in. Ugh, it's a bugger. So it's not totally finished. It's not one thing after another. Left dip beam headlight. Okay then, well I'm not going to go anywhere tonight, so I'll have another look first thing in the morning. But potentially we have solved one issue and created another one. So hey ho, it's one of those things. It has been tipping it down all afternoon, and I've been working in the rain to try and get the bumper all back in and everything. But I mean, on the face of it, the headlight itself looks pretty good. Anyway, I'm just going to tidy up, get all my tools away, clear out the van, and then stop and have some tea. So after a bit of wiggling, we finally have the Xenon all plugged in. As you can see, there's a definite improvement. That's the one I've let's turn it off, you'll be able to see better. It's quite dark, it's 6 o'clock in the evening and it's been raining loads, so it's quite cloudy. Right, so there's definitely improvement in the lens compared to that cloudy old beast. I had planned to do them both, but I wasn't counting on it raining all afternoon, so I've had to cut it short. I am absolutely drenched. I'm now in the process of tidying everything up. But yeah, that'll do for now. I will tackle that one at a later date.
4 to 6 days later.
Christ alive, it's beanie weather now. The temperature has dropped considerably. The last thing you probably saw me do was restoring this headlight. Finally got the opportunity to restore this one, the other side. When I did this one, I took the whole headlight out because the bumper was off. I had to change the side light on there, but this one, no need to take it out. I'm just going to mask it off, and then I'm going to apply several different levels of grit, starting from 1000 grit wet and dry sandpaper, working up to about 1500 to 2000, and then I am going to machine polish it with a DA polisher, and then finally coat it with some ceramic coating so that it's protected afterwards. So exciting news, tomorrow I'm going to be viewing a industrial unit where I hope to kit it out for doing studio work, detailing studio work. It's a bit small what I'm looking for, but it's baby steps. It's my first unit, so I'm prepared to take anything, to be perfectly honest. It looks small, but I'm going to have a proper look at it tomorrow. I'll try and film it. And also, waiting for a date, but I've got something very, very exciting to show you guys. Probably, hopefully, in the next month. It involves going around a track, so we'll see where that takes me. But for now, let's have a look at this headlight restoration on the other side.
So like a muppet, I put the head attachment on my GoPro so I could have like a point of view for the viewer while I was recording this. But unfortunately, I didn't angle it down enough, so it can't actually show much of what I'm doing. So I'm just going to show a little bit of footage of me masking the headlight up, but to be honest with you, there's not a lot to see here, so I'm just going to fast forward to the end of the session, basically just to fill in the blanks. After I masked it off, I started wet and dry sanding with 1000 grit paper, went over a few passes on the lens with that, and then when that was nice and smooth, I moved up to 1500 grit paper. It was a bit finer obviously, so it got rid of more scratches, and then moved up to 2000 and then 4000. Once that was done, machine polished it and then covered it over with some light ceramic coating.
In hindsight, I should have taken it off. That means I would have had to take the whole bumper off as well, so not ideal, because that's what I did with that one, but I had to change one of the bulbs anyway, which is a pain in the ass. But overall, it does look better, I think. Not as yellow. It's still mottled a little bit, but smooth as anything. Even this one's rougher, so perhaps I need to do that one again. I do eventually want to get some uprated smoked units. So I think I mentioned in an earlier video I did do some research and I found some, but they come from Germany. They're like £600. Not many people do them, but they've got like LEDs all along here, which I think look pretty updated, considering even though this is an 07, so it's only 16 years old, it is starting to look its age compared to the newer ones that are out these days. So like I mentioned before, I've got an exciting viewing tomorrow, an industrial unit. So onwards and upwards for Kraken Detailing as a business, but I'm still having fun doing my YouTube videos as well. I know I haven't done many uploads. I think I'm on like 10 uploads, and I've only got like 7 subscribers, so any subscription would be helpful. But I'm just doing it for a bit of fun really, and to promote my business, but we'll see where it goes. But for now, keep watching and thanks for looking. Please like and subscribe. Speak to you soon.
Epilogue.
As long as I can kind of get a car in and open the doors, I think that would work.